Hello, this is Bill Gravatt, and welcome to the Sinclair Reloading Room. I have two special guests today from Berger Bullets. Walt Berger, the founder of Berger Bullets, and Eric Stecker, the Executive Vice President of Berger Bullets. Welcome to Sinclair, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Bill.
you, Bill.
Glad to be here.
Well, you and I have been friends for a long, long time. We've shot a lot of rifle matches together. And, kind of why we brought you here today, I'd like to just share with our viewers a little bit of the history of Berger Bullets and how you got started.
Bill, I got started in competitive shooting on a small scale, and then I decided I wanted to become a bench rest shooter. My first time that I saw a registered bench rest match was in Ohio, and it dawned on me at that time that if you was going to be a competitive shooter in bench rest, that you had to have something other than off-the-shelf bullet. The people, the Gottschalks and Klein Deers and such were making their own bullets with their homemade dies and or modifying the Sierra bullet. So long story short, I got me a part-time job carrying bricks and mortar to build a post office in my little town of Doylestown, Ohio. My wife, she frowned on that quite hard. We didn't have $275 to buy a set of bullet dies that she thought I was going to waste.
Okay. So just to help everybody out, bench rest shooting, for those of the people that aren't exposed to it, we're talking about shooting 5-shot groups that look like one bullet hole, basically, which is what the goal is. And to do that with conventional bullets at that time was very difficult. So you're trying to just fine-tune the bullet part of the equation to be able to shoot those tiny little groups we see bench rest shooters.
That's correct. That's exactly right.
So you started making bullets mainly for your own use, when you first started, and then you started selling bullets at different matches around the country?
That's true. The first set of dies I had made very good bullets. And some of the very first bullets I made sold to a guy in Michigan. And he established a 10-shot group out of heavy varmint that set a new record. So that made me feel good. That made me want to continue with the operation.
Well, today, Berger bullets are used in just about every type of competitive shooting, and then we'll get into hunting and varmint hunting a little bit. But now your bullets are used by high-power shooters, long-range shooters, and silhouette shooters, and all kinds of shooters in the rifle disciplines mainly.
That's correct.
Okay, so if we go back a little bit, what was the big thing that took Berger Bullets? I mean, you guys are a pretty good-sized company today. You make a lot of bullets and a variety that goes from 17 caliber to 338. And if memory serves me right, about a 25-grain bullet to maybe a 300-grain bullet. That's pretty true,
20
right?
grains, 17,
Yeah.
Yep.
So what was the magic step that took you guys from being a one-press bullet-making company to where you are today? What happened along the way that really helped you?
The thing that started the full-blown bullet company was my wife, Eunice. She came into my life after my first wife died with cancer. And I'd had orders laying on my desk and on the table, somebody give me a check, blank check, and I'd maybe keep it 6-7 months. Well, maybe I ought to make these bullets for this guy, know. And so we do that. She says, this is crazy. Yeah, let's make it a full-fledged bullet company. I said, well, maybe, Well, a long story on that is that we gave ourselves 10 years to make it a 7-figure business. We made that in less than 7 years. Okay. And then I realized, if you're going to make it a full-fledged bullet company, we'd have to expand outside of the bench rest, because I learned early on that the volume in a bench rest was not enough to support a good livelihood for a group of people.
Yeah, it's a very niche group.
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay. So, and I've had the luxury of knowing Eunice. Eunice was a competitive shooter of a very high degree. She won the Super Shoot one year, because I remember she was using a Sinclair rest that year that we built for you. What year did she win the Super Shoot?
1997.
Okay.
1997.
So about 14 years ago this May. So for those people that don't know, the Super Shoot is the granddaddy of all bench rest shoots, and the premium shooters from all over the country attend that and compete. So to win that against the world's best bench rest shooters is quite remarkable.
She's the only woman to ever won it.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's true.
That record still holds true today. So.
Yes.
Okay. So at that time, when you guys started to expand the business, that's when Sinclair jumped in and said, "Hey, we want to sell your bullets, and we like selling custom bullets to our customers because it offered something a little bit more than just the regular off-the-shelf bullet, so to speak." So the next step after Eunice convinced you to take the business into a full-blown bullet company, were there any other major milestones along the way after that?
Well, one of them was when my grandson-in-law here, Eric, became interested in my granddaughter, and my granddaughter was sort of working on a part-time deal with us, and he took it upon himself to do some things that sort of opened my eyes to the extent that, hey, we can do this, we can do this. So we have to give a lot of credit to Eric also.